Viewer discretion is advised while watching this program. The thoughts and views expressed are solely those of the two hosts. Puzzle!
Right here.
I'm here. I'm
yeah.
fucking ready to go.
Oh shit! And you got the blind pig shirt?
Fuck yeah.
Your shooting shirt?
I don't even have my merch tonight. I'm so upset.
Oh fuck! I had to wear it to make up for it. The executive producer told me I should wear it so I can.
Bro, you got a tank top? I want a tank top.
You just cut the sleeves off, bro.
I can't cut the sleeves off of that shirt. That's sacrilegious. I'm not going to say I might not have 5 of the shirts, but I can't cut the sleeves off.
I'll give you another one there. See, because I have like how many left, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll make a cutoff. Who cares?
I got to check this last text. Is this you texting me? Oh, this is my.
I might make a crop top too. Who knows? I keep going with this unless I sell some shirts this Sunday. Then I'm probably gonna have to make a bunch of different versions.
Hey, so we're recording, right?
I don't know. Does it say?
I'm gonna shoot tonight, brother. I'm shooting tonight. I got some bones to pick.
Go Knights. Go Knights. What do you got?
I got some Michelob Ultra, but I had to go to work last night at 2 a.m. I had some special circumstances that I had to get done at the job. So I drank a bottle of wine and half a glass of Crown Royal.
That's what I'm drinking is
it's 2 in the morning.
2 in the morning?
Yeah, I had some bullshit to do at the job. Just some bullshit. Once in a while you got bullshit you gotta do at the job.
True. It's true.
Hey, but you know what I had today? And the only reason that I'm still up, shout out to NOS. NOS. I drank a NOS today, only because I got it for free. I'm perplexed.
Those aren't too bad. I've had them before. I had them a long time ago, though. They even make those anymore?
Yeah, I think I have the can right here. You want me to go get the can so we can give NOS a plug? I think it's right. I think it's right here. Hang on, 1 second, brother. It's right here, bro. Hang on. Oh, I got it, bro. I got it. I'm coming. That's not what I told her. I'm not coming yet.
Oh yeah, NOS.
I got a free one.
Wow.
Well, and the only reason I got a free one, we won't give any too much information out because I had to go to a meeting on Tuesday before going to work on Wednesday at 2 a.m. and they had all the drinks that you could drink. And I was thinking to myself, I'm gonna need a free one. Not that I don't have a shit ton of rock stars and a shit ton of Celsiuses and a handful of C4s. I was like,
yeah,
bro, it was free drinks.
You gotta take free drinks when you get them.
Free drinks. Free fucking drinks. Hey, I'm sorry, I'm a little off today. Excuse my language. So I took a NOS because I was gonna need it.
This is the shooting episode. You can just say whatever you want.
I can shoot.
You can shoot. We're shooting. We're both shooting.
I'm going to shoot then. I'm shooting. So I took that NOS because I knew I was going to need it. And the only thing that I don't like about the NOS, and granted, I've been up since 2 a.m, it had 210 calories on that NOS.
Not sugar-free NOS, you're saying.
No, it was definitely not the sugar-free NOS, but it was a free NOS. It was a free one, brother.
Even if the sugar's free, you gotta take it, you know?
So usually, if I take a drink, an energy drink, bro, what are you sipping on? Are you sipping on a Little Crown?
So it's pretty much it's the Costco Kirkland Canadian whiskey. That's Crown, right?
Okay, salute. When Lucky Chris had that hot streak, we
Yeah.
won't say that we had about 17 beers each and one of those big ass frozen daiquiris.
Oh,
It
nice.
was the Kirkland brand whiskey that my friend till the end, ride or die, I won't say her real name, Apostle Judah Matthew, brought to the
That's
room.
it on the fucking screen. It's like I forgot to take those out. I don't know how to take that out. I don't think I can with Skype. Might have to.
Ride or die brought the Kirkland whiskey to the room. And a not fun fact, but a true fact, the Songbird had a little too much fun in Vegas, and you got me back to the room in one piece while Lucky Chris had that hot ass streak.
Yeah, he's tearing it up.
He paid for the trip. That's
yeah?
But I had a little too much, and granted, I got a little bite of that hot streak that Lucky Chris had.
Yeah.
I gotta sit still. Sorry. I'm trying to have good posture, good podcast etiquette.
Yeah, whatever.
And I got beer on the keyboard. So the NOS is 160 milligrams of caffeine and 210 sugar, 210 calories. Normally I wouldn't do that. And I'll plug here, even though I hate the people that bring it to us, I think the best energy drink on the market, free plug, Celsius.
Oh, really?
I think those are the best ones, brother. So if you have a chance, I know you may or may not have a deal with a certain company, but if just have a Celsius. I think that's my go-to right now.
Celsius is pretty good. Sometimes I'll have one though, and it'll make my stomach hurt. There's something about the weird caffeine or whatever.
Serious?
Yeah, or but like in general, it's fine. Yeah, and it works pretty good. I like C4s lately, but
C4. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So before, was it a Rockstar or a Monster for you and Pat? I think I know the answer.
Used to be Monster big time, and every time I go, I get Monster.
But you guys,
Rockstar. They used to at Chumash Casino. They would only have Rockstars, so we had to buy those, and I'd get those a lot at work because we were desperate. But usually, if I'm buying, or Rockstar had this mango one for a while. It was an orange can, and it was mango. I loved that one, and they got rid of it.
So here's a fun fact. When I worked at the Albertsons at Orchid, the Elite store, the official drink of their night crew was the Rockstar Blackout.
Oh, okay.
And I have one Rockstar Blackout left that I was unwilling to open. Shall I grab it just to give a?
Show it if you want.
I know right where it's at. Give me 17 seconds. Time me down.
So let me run down the show tonight. We're going to be shooting a lot. I think Songbird said something about he's going to rip. Well, first he's going to talk about the Eagles. He's going to talk about Cal Ripken.
Fucking Eagles, motherfuckers, cocksuckers.
I'm probably going to talk about. I'll do my first part about indie wrestling. I could do that. Oh.
So here's the official drink, circa 2017, Albertsons Orchid Night Crew. This is it, the Blackout.
Wow.
When I worked at the Albertsons Lompoc Night Crew, the official drink there was cum. True story.
Really?
It wasn't Gatorade, it was cum.
Oh wow. That's
but
great.
at Albertsons in Oregon, when I finally got to the top of the world, when I got to the real store, this is what they drank over there.
What is that flavor? Is it cola?
Remember how much of a chicken shit I was when I worked over there? And you guys were such soldiers, and you'd start the pay-per-views late when I got off because I had to close the store at midnight, and we'd start the pay-per-views at sometimes at midnight or 1 a.m, and you guys were freaking soldiers. That's how much you guys freaking loved me.
Oh, That's right.
Sunday. And then what did my sorry ass show up? Did I show up with this? No, I showed up with LaCroix. Remember, I like completely had a freaking face turn.
Yeah.
Face turn for your friend.
Oh man.
Throw up the X one time.
Right. Yeah. What flavor is Blackout? Is it like cola?
That's a good question. I don't even know what flavor it is. I have one left.
I know I've had it before.
One left. So if anybody out there, Rockstar Blackout they don't even make this anymore.
It's like the mango one. They don't make the mango either.
Just so you guys can see, it's unopened. This isn't just a can. I saved it just for that fact that was such a great.
It tasted like Red Bull. I don't know about that.
What about the Red Bull?
So, the fucking Google AI says Rockstar Blackout was a discontinued energy drink flavor that some say tasted like Red Bull.
It did taste like Red Bull. I'll say that. I'll give you that. But I think the kicker was, I guess I have it right here. It had double the caffeine if I remember right. Let's see. Sodium 170, sugars 29. Pick my nose.
Probably back when 300 was kind of a big deal.
Actually, it's only 160.
What? Okay, well, what's so Blackout about it? It's just a flavor?
I don't know, but this is what those guys at the Albertsons Orchid would drink. Yeah. This was the official drink of those guys.
Oh.
So that got me hooked on that. And then we go, after my transgressions of closing the store, which weren't transgressions, which was me being like a reputable member of society.
Yeah.
I show up, and you guys would have Monsters.
Yeah. I remember.
That's a true story, say.
Yeah. Sure.
So I don't know what it was with that Rockstar Blackout. The crew at the Orchid store made it sound like that had double the caffeine, but according to this, it was only 160 milligrams. And yeah, that was 2017, so I don't know if 160 milligrams was a big one back then or not.
Any chance that they were mixing their Rockstar with their Blackout with cum?
Only the guys that drank cum was the Lompoc night crew.
Okay.
Fuck those guys at the Lompoc store. Fuck those guys. FTG. You know how you got that merch? That was like when I worked at the Lompoc store. FTG was our like gimmick. And we always talked about making merch. And then if we did that, FTG was the freight throwing group. Freight, like the night crew threw freight. But they didn't realize it really the backstory was it really meant FTG was fuck those guys.
Oh, okay.
Fuck those guys. Those guys was pretty much everybody other than the night crew. So FTG.
Hell yeah, blind jig.
So if you want to see some official Lompoc merch, the FTG circa 2006 to 2015, comment down below on some FTG merch.
Yeah.
Fuck those guys. And when we say fuck those guys, it was everybody other than the night crew.
Yeah.
Because those guys were not good guys. None of them. Because we were good people. We were reputable members of the society back then.
Right.
Me leaving that store, the Lompoc store, was eye-opening for me. I didn't know there was another life outside of Lompoc.
Yeah. Your eyes were open. Grass is greener on the other side a lot of the times.
Interestingly enough, I was just saying that to someone else. The only person that the grass was ever greener for was me. I was the biggest hero that ever left the Lompoc store. And I'm not trying to brag. And yeah, have I been drinking all day since 2 o'clock p.m.? Yeah, I kind of have been. But I'm a success story out of that fucking Jurassic Park that is known as the Lompoc store. And I know nobody else cares about this, but I'm going to shoot. I'm just going to shoot on everything that I want to shoot about. Anything that Dan's going to give me a platform to shoot out, I'm going to shoot on. And the number one thing I want to shoot on, obviously.
Let's hold that thought for a second. Before we get to that segment, Chris shoots for
fantasy football record, 2-0 in one league, 2-0 in another league.
That's right.
4-0 in the fantasy episode. In the fantasy football season. So far, your friend, the Songbird, sorry, Dan, I'm really interrupting you, is 4-0. Chris' picks are working. Hell
yeah.
I know I'm not supposed to rock. I'm supposed to be a better posture.
You're fine. That's what everybody expects. It won't seem normal if you don't. You got to get a rocking chair so you really rock.
Hey, comment down below if your fantasy team is 2-0 right now. Let alone have two 2-0 teams at this point in the year.
I doubt there's many of those.
I'm going to get my dick out and put it on camera right now, a la Brian Pillman of 1996. I'm going to get my dick out.
YouTube will ban us for future episodes.
Oh, and then my friends, the Phillies, cocksuckers, I'm watching them. Another banner day by our good friend of the show, Trey Turner. He's never had so much publicity in his life for sucking. Fucking 2-1 loss to the Brewers.
Trey Turner didn't do well this week?
Shockingly, no. Trey Turner did not do well. I want to get my dick out and put it in Trey Turner's fucking ear and take a picture.
You should. I think that would.
Can I say that?
At this point, the way he's been acting.
He deserves to have a rock star blackout shoved up his ass.
Sounds like the kind of guy that wouldn't mind it at this point. You know, the way he's been.
All you're doing, Trey Turner, I think I said this before. You're stealing money, Trey Turner. Kind of like me stealing the Nas. Although I didn't exactly steal it. It was kind of in a cooler that was given to me. Shout out to Nas and the distributor of Nas. If you guys figure that out, I don't want to say because I got a free Nas. So, yeah.
I've never seen Nas anymore. Are they making a comeback?
I don't know, but I did see, guys, once I got the free one, I had to investigate, and there was a sugar-free one, like you had said. 210 calories on an energy drink? Dude, you're waiting to have diabetes after you have that, huh?
Yeah, you probably won't get as much cancer, though, as the sugar-free ones. Those probably, like, do something weird to you, too, so I don't know. Pick your poison.
Okay, brother, I really interrupted you when I went on a tangent.
Oh, it's not even that big a deal, but here's an idea for the next, and I can throw a picture in here. So my friend, his car got totaled from hitting a pothole. It
wasn't Il Taco, was it?
No, this other guy that I used to work with in Vegas, and he had like a little Hyundai, like a speedy one. And he hit a pothole and it totaled the car somehow. So I don't know. I don't fucking know how that happened. But then he put on that it was his birthday and he bought one of his dream cars, which is he bought like a 1989 Jeep, but not just any Jeep. It's a fucking Jurassic Park logo painted on the side.
Did he get that from Universal Studios? From the studio tour?
You can buy a Jeep and paint the Jurassic Park logo on the side. So I was like, what do you think about that, Songbird? I know you're a Lexus man, but what if the next if you could pick any vehicle to be your next vehicle and it had to be like something like that, what would you get? Would you get a Batmobile? Would you get a Jurassic Park Jeep? That's more Jurassic Park Jeep's easy. You just buy an old Jeep, paint the fucking side. But a Batmobile, those cost like who knows?
Are we talking about an Adam West Batmobile, or are we talking about a Michael Keaton Batmobile?
I saw this news report on a guy that makes the Adam West Batmobiles, and they're like, I think they're around like $100,000 or something like that. And that's all he does. But he was taking too long to make them, and somebody sued him because there was like a backstock that he hadn't made in like a couple years. So I don't know. It's just what would you pick if you could pick any vehicle?
That's a very, very, very good question, my brother. And I have an answer for you that our audience is probably not expecting yours truly to say. As a student of history, a speaker of foreign language, a lover of women, I'm going to choose the DeLorean.
Wow.
I could get the flux capacitor with the DeLorean to go back in time and right the wrongs in society that have wronged the Songbird and the Apostle.
Slap around Trey Turner too when he was a little kid.
If we could get the flux capacitor into that DeLorean, Trey Turner's an afterthought. After the Apostles' training in Calgary, Alberta, he signs a contract to defeat John Cena, and he has a 10-year run on the main roster, managed by his friend, Joe House. I mean, we could so rewrite the course of history.
True.
Uncle Pat would be at Atlantic City, at Trump Towers, at Trump Plaza. Ramiro would be at the Secret Service, guarding Jesus as president.
It's possible.
Because
it's
think
all
about
possible.
that. A Mexican president and a Mexican first mate.
Ooh, first Mexican president.
First Mexican president. Take that, Barack.
Ramiro won Mexican of the Year in 2006, so he could probably run for president soon.
Wow. Mexican of the Year? The M-O-Y?
Like Lompoc Mexican of the Year, but still, he's qualified for state finals.
That's an impressive feat.
Yeah.
So here's my story to our millions and zillions of fans out there. Have the DeLorean with the flux capacitor. What would be the first thing that you would do to rewrite your history?
Yeah.
Because the possibilities are endless.
True.
Endless. If you had this and you were able to write the story,
yeah,
what would you write?
Man.
What kind of cultural contamination would you alleviate from society?
Yeah. Good question.
It's a fun thing to delve into.
Yeah.
It's a very fun thing to delve into.
Well, I think
but the main thing you need is one of these.
Right.
Sometimes the pen is mightier than the sword.
Ah.
Sometimes people change.
Advice from the Songbird right there. All right. Well, with that, last week we had Chris's Right segment, but do you want to we'll do a new segment this week called Songbird Shoots or something, or what do you want to call it?
Yeah, the Songbird shoots. Yeah, the Songbird shoots.
All right.
And in this shoot, because I'm a righteous man and I found the Lord, I'm not going to use any profanity because a righteous man doesn't swear. And a lover of God like yourself, hopefully can appreciate that. So, here we go. Monday night, football. The beloved Eagles was in an atmosphere out there in Philly where the capacity crowd was just drenched in their Kelly green uniforms. And it really, really popped on the TV screen. Popped. It was a beautiful thing. I saw thousands upon thousands of Eagle fans just waiting for us to be heard.
Yep.
And what happens? Well, to sum it up, we didn't win the game.
Oh, man.
Why did we not win the game? There's a zillion and zillion of reasons. There was 140 plays in that game. But I'm going to sum it up to you like this, my brother. And I know you're not the biggest football fan, but you're very intelligent. And I've been waiting to have my platform to talk about this for 3 days now. I'm going to take a drink of this Michelob Ultra so my throat is not parched. Because I don't want anybody to
I wasn't paying attention, but I'm fucking scheduling dump runs or something. I don't know what's going on for my wife. Like, why can't you Google? It's like, she doesn't have fucking Google. She's on her phone all the goddamn time. All right, this isn't my shoot. Songbird, don't be parched. Don't get sore tonsils this time. Now, shoot on these.
I'm not going to get sore tonsils. I'm not going to raise my voice. Sore tonsils, we only get sore tonsils when we sing a victory song. And you guys have heard my song when my beloved co-host hits my music. Unfortunately, this week, we're not going to hit the music. And I don't know the next time we're going to hit the music. I don't know if we're capable of winning another game. I just don't know. So here we go. Obviously, you guys are going to say, I'm going to blame Saquon for dropping that ball.
Ooh, Saquon dropped the ball?
Saquon, you might have to cut that in. You might have to. No, let's not put Saquon on blast. It's not necessary to put Saquon on blast for dropping that ball.
No.
Not necessary. Because ultimately, did that lose us the game? No. Here's the deal. Let me tell you the deal. If they would have ran the ball like everybody in America, Kamala's America would say, they were going to run Saquon into the teeth of the defense. Okay? Saquon was going to get stopped for a 1-yard loss. They were going to run off 40 seconds on the clock. There would have been 1 minute left after the Eagles kicked the field goal to give the Falcons the ball back. In the situation that had ended up playing itself out, they threw the ball to Saquon, where all Saquon had to do was catch it and fall down. Unfortunately, Saquon dropped the ball. It happens.
Yeah.
Perfect pass by Jalen Hurts. Perfect pass. Yeah. Unfortunately, Saquon dropped the ball. It happens. He's not perfect. Okay. They kicked a field goal with 1 minute and 46 seconds left. The Eagles are winning the game by 6 points. Regardless of what would have happened if they would have ran Saquon into the teeth of the defense, knowing that Saquon was going to get the ball.
Yeah.
It's between 1 minute left and 1 minute 46 left. Worst case scenario was the minute 46. Meanwhile, they're up by 6. So a touchdown and a PAT beat you. So they're up by 6 and they kick off. Here's my big problem. Here's where we're going to shoot. Because I have a different philosophy on football and playing defense. Okay? Defense.
Yeah.
It's defense. If you play defense, you got to be aggressive. We've talked about this. You're not passive. You're not allowing the offense to dictate to you. Small dick Vic Fangio, defensive coordinator of the Eagles, who should be fired, mind you. If I was signing your check, Vic, if I had this and I was signing your check, your ass would have been unemployed Monday night at about 9:47. Unemployed. That is not how Buddy Ryan would have played defense. Not at all. That is not how Jim Johnson would have played defense. Just passive, patty cake, not being aggressive, not attacking the quarterback. Just let any quarterback Patrick Kearney, if he was playing quarterback in that scenario, he would have picked the Eagles apart. And mind you, Patrick Kearney has never played quarterback in his life. But in that situation, in that setup of that game, any freaking my 6-year-old nephew could have picked the Eagles defense apart.
Yeah.
That was not aggressive defense, Eagles. What are you thinking? We're from Philly and we fight? And you're over there just da-da-da-da-da. You're like Ezell from Friday trying to get a free freaking handout from the liquor store.
Unbelievable.
So what did you think was going to happen? Well, in 4 plays, with the 6-point lead, the Falcons went down the field and they scored a touchdown and got the PAT. Well, duh. So the moral of the story is, and it's not much of a shoot because I'm a righteous man now, you got to be aggressive on defense.
True.
You don't let the offense dictate to you. You rush the quarterback and force his hand. I mean, I'm 3,000 miles away. I seen a sign from Los Angeles to Lehigh Valley was 29,032 miles. So obviously from the Lehigh Valley at the Lehigh Valley Mall is 52 miles north of Allentown. Okay? So we're going to just roughly estimate 3,000 miles away. I'm 3,000 miles away here sitting on my couch knowing that that was the wrong thing to do. Wrong. And Vic Fangio, your Fangio defense, which is designed, the design of the defense, which isn't aggressive to begin with, is to eliminate the big play. And time after time, the Falcons got big plays. So you mean to tell me the defense is designed not to allow that to happen? Regardless of the fact that you were not being aggressive, not attacking the quarterback, letting Kirk Cousins, who might as well be 70 years old, that can't move from the 5-yard area behind the center. What are you doing, man? The guy that signs your check should fire your ass. Yeah. I don't blame that on head coach Nick Sirianni, who took a bullet for your sorry ass. I don't even blame Kellen Moore for the pass play. Play freaking defense, man. Play aggressive. Philadelphia Eagles, Lompoc Braves of the 90s attacking style defense. Basically, that's all I got to say. You don't play defense like a girl. And I know that's going to come off wrong. What I mean is, you got to be aggressive. Like I was watching Karate Kid. Karate Kid 1, the first one. And there's a great line towards the end, right before the final scene, where Miyagi, he's dressed up like a catcher, and Daniel-san is giving him some good hits. Not some good Cobra Kai hits that I do out in the garage. And Miyagi tells him, "What's the matter, you? Are you some kind of girl?" That's how the Eagles were playing defense. They were like some kind of girl.
Damn, some kind of girl defense. That's bullshit.
And that's the whole thing that you can't be on defense. You can't be passive. You can't be non-attacking.
Doesn't make any sense.
For tonsils right now.
Oh fuck! I didn't think the tonsils would survive this rant, but you're pulling it through. But
Vic Fangio, shame on you, Vic Fangio. You're not going to replace Trey Turner, but you are a close second. No, you are second.
100%.
Nobody in their right mind can replace Trey Turner's ineptitude, stupidity, poor defensive. Actually, and in the last episode was proven the worst defensive player in all of MLB.
Yep, everybody knows that.
But Vic Fangio, 30-plus years as a defensive coach in the NFL. Hey, Vic, the NFL figured you out circa 2015. That's why your stupid little defense hasn't worked. And the Eagles are paying you top dollar? What's your problem, dude? Adjust. You're like the Albertsons Lompoc. You're Jurassic Park over there. You've turned the Eagles into Jurassic Park. You got these guys, Carter, Sweat. You're paying them money and you're caging them. You're putting them in a cage. You turn your animals loose and attack the quarterback. When you're on defense, you need to be a glass eater. Do you understand what a glass eater is? You eat glass. You don't just kind of think about drinking a Perrier or a LaCroix. You attack the freaking quarterback.
Right.
Did I get my point across?
I mean, comment below if Songbird got his point across. But
You can't be a beta on defense.
No.
You gotta be an alpha.
Yeah, exactly.
The betas play offense.
Yeah.
Songbird was never an offensive player. When I played in the NFL, I wasn't in the offense. I played defense when I played at college football.
That's right.
And I wasn't a chicken. I wasn't a coward.
No.
I didn't not attack the quarterback.
Played aggressive football.
Just on defense.
Lompoc style.
In the 90s.
Yeah,
We're not going to talk about the Lompoc style of 2024. Double J. Shout out JP. You know who you are when I'm calling Double J out. You know what you are, JP. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, Double J. And I'm not talking about Double J Jeff Jarrett, JP Baragon. All the tips we've given you, friend of the show, Double J. Comment down below, Double J.
For Double J.
I'm calling you out today, Double J. At 3544, Double J. You should be ashamed of yourself. You call yourself a Lompoc Brave. I'm going to call you Double J. And one of the J's is Jones. Woo! I said Jones. So, shall I shoot some more?
Yeah, why keep it going? You're on a roll.
Sports records that will never be broken.
Oh yeah. Who we got?
Cal Ripken's consecutive game streak, never be broken. I sent you the message, right?
Yeah. Hack Wilson.
Hack Wilson in the RBI record. Shout out to my father. That was one of his favorite ones. In about 1904 or whatever it was, if we have any baseball historians, Hack Wilson, I believe, played for the Chicago Cubs and had about 190 or 191 RBIs.
Oh.
And that RBI record will never be broken.
Yeah.
And you may or may not think about that I'm going to comment on the home run record. I was in that summer of 98 with Sosa McGuire, so I thought that was really, really cool. I don't have an opinion on the home run record, only because when those guys were taking the gas, supposedly, I don't know if they took the gas or not. It wasn't illegal to take the gas.
Yeah.
Did the gas, and when I say the gas, I'm talking about the juice, the steroids. I don't think that helped those guys hit the fastball or the breaking ball or the curveball.
Yeah, you still got to be good.
You still got to hit the ball. That had nothing to do with it. So shame on you, Major League Baseball, for those guys that are supposedly the steroid guys that aren't in your Hall of Fame. To the best of my knowledge, and correct me if I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, fair enough. It wasn't illegal for those guys to be taking that stuff at the time.
Yeah, I don't think.
So you guys are hypocrites as far as I'm concerned.
Just kind of like, oh, that's cheat, like that thing where like people were like, oh, that's cheating, but there was no rule.
As far as I know, and we may have to do some show research.
Let's see. Roger
Clemens, Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa. We're not going to throw Alex Rodriguez in there because I think when Alex Rodriguez, there probably was.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Songbird? I think you froze. Are you okay? I'm still moving. Songbird might have, he might have shot too much, and we're going to have to cut to commercial. Just bear with us.
We We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Time.
Are you there? Fella!
You're there? You're back?
Fella! Fella!
Yeah, we did it.
We're back!
Man, I forgot to plug in my fancy camera. Should I do that?
Take a break and plug in the fancy camera, brother.
Watching fucking AEW. Hold on.
I don't know what happened, man. Technology let us down there for 14 minutes. I don't even remember what I was shooting on, but we're gonna start clean. We're gonna let the apostle take his turn because I've said enough. My fans, my dozens of fans have said I've been talking too much and I need to let apostle talk. So
Wow.
apostle,
This look better?
man, you look like a young Shawn Michaels.
Huh?
You look like a young Shawn Michaels.
Wow. HBK?
Can I ask you one question before I don't talk for a bit?
Yeah.
So this past weekend, I went to go see my other friend that used to play in the NFL up in Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
And for friends of the show, you can figure out who my friend is up in Oakland. But if you don't know, I'll do a little clue. He's the pastor of the Well Community Christian Church up in Pleasanton. Shout out to the Well.
Shout out to the Well.
So, Apostle, did you have the opportunity this past weekend to go to the Sphere to watch the UFC fight?
No, I watched it at my friend's house.
Okay.
We ate a lot of meat. We did a back workout, and then we ate a lot of meat.
A back workout.
Yeah.
For those of you who aren't aware, what would a back workout consist of?
We did pull-ups, and then we did some what else? Like bent over rows, some like leaning on the bench rows, some like laying down and hanging from like some these the rings. You hang from the rings, and then you do pull-ups. You know, like reverse push-up type thing.
Wow. So
Yeah.
that sounds like an intense back workout.
This fucking guy he got 2 free Traeger grills from his from a job he did, and so he just was cooking meat all day, and then we're eating meat. It's pretty awesome.
That sounds like a pretty good deal to me.
Yeah, it wasn't too shabby. Did you watch the Sphere?
No, I was out in Oakland.
Oh, okay.
So I was away from the swamp visiting a friend of the show. Maybe I could give his first name and then you guys could figure it out. I mean, it's not exactly a spoiler. He is the pastor of the church.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Should we give his first name or should we give his initials?
I don't know. It's up to you if you feel like it. You can edit it later before I put it up.
Pastor Napoleon was
okay.
a wonderful preacher. Is a wonderful preacher. And treated me. They say don't meet your heroes, but when I was a 10-year-old little songbird in an egg, I always wanted to be like Napoleon.
Yeah.
And then I got to meet him, and I've met him several times, and he's he's always treated me very, very cool, cordial, talked to me as a person, didn't seem bothered by me, and I know I can set people the wrong way, but he was always been very, very cool to me. So shout out Napoleon. Appreciate the weekend that I got to have with you this past weekend up there.
Okay.
Throw up the X. So, Apostle, I'd like you to shoot now.
Yeah. First of all,
I think so.
This new grocery outlet. I found a polar seltzer, and it's an interesting flavor. I don't know if you've seen this flavor before, but it's like a weird bronze can. It's ginger lime mule. So it's like I'm guessing it's like Moscow Mule flavor. I don't know. It's pretty good.
Oh, is that the mixer to make yourself a Moscow Mule?
What do you put whiskey in a Moscow Mule?
Unfortunately, my brother, as a Christian, I don't really know how to make a Moscow Mule. I just know how to drink a Crown and Coke and beers and.
Because a Moscow Mule is like usually maybe there's gin in there. I don't know. Let me try it with this whiskey though.
Ooh.
Yeah, it does the trick. I don't know.
So you're having a Moscow Mule on the segment?
Sort of, yeah.
That's
I guess you could say that.
That's incredible.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Dang, that really, like, you had a lot of momentum, and then your computer resetting kind of like threw everything off. I hope we regain it right now.
Hewlett Packard sabotaged me, much like the Falcons sabotaged the Eagles.
Yeah, it's very.
I can't sit still. It looks like my eyes are black, and I probably need my makeup girl here to put my makeup on.
Makeup girl, what the fuck?
I don't like. Oh. Look, it looks like I have like raccoon eyes.
Before I get into ranting, I should probably finish this, and we can both talk about this. I think regarding drinks, the Oreo Coca-Cola Zero.
Awful.
What do you didn't get?
So yesterday I had to go to a meeting, and at the meeting, the same place where I got the NOS, they had a whole cooler full of like different beverages that the companies that they worked for provided. And on the bottom right corner was an Oreo Coke.
Yeah.
And shout out to my boy H-Dub, Harrison Windmiller. I was working with him on Friday, and I told him, I was like, bro, I want to try this Oreo Coke. And he told me, he said, Chris, this is my guy, man. This is one of my students.
Yeah.
He said not to. And I was like, what do you mean not to? He said, bro, don't waste the $2 on it. It's freaking awful. Mm-hmm. So, take it with a grain of salt. I didn't purchase the Oreo Coke, but yesterday when it was free, I had one, and it was awful. I almost spit it out. It was so bad. And usually me, I'm not like a wasteful person. Like if I open something, I would drink it. Oreo Coke, I don't know what Coke is thinking, and I don't understand what Oreo is thinking, but the Oreo Coke is not a good representation. And I could see what you were saying when you said it was like kind of like a poor man's vanilla Coke or a rich man's.
It's the trick. They bought too much vanilla, and they're like, we need to market this vanilla Coke somehow because shit ain't selling. It was selling in 2002, and now it's not selling. So they're like, hey, Oreo, we'll team up. People will just buy this to be obnoxious, and then maybe half the people will like it because it's just vanilla Coke. The fact that they're saying it's Oreo, you get the sense of the Oreo, and then it's, I don't know. I think it's a trick. It's all scam.
I almost spit it out. It was awful. And then I was thinking maybe if you mix it with Jack Daniels, I was like, no, that ain't gonna work. And I was like, oh, maybe if you mix it with Captain Morgan, I was like, that would make it even worse. So Oreo Coke was that was like the Dallas Cowboys of soda, the worst.
I mixed it with whiskey, and it was good enough, get the job done. But
so are you going to be a repeat customer on the Oreo Coke, or was it just you bought it and not necessary to get it again?
I don't need that shit. I'm not a big I like cola, and I like cherry cola, but any other cola flavors, I'm not a big fan of. I just want cola. For whatever reason, cherry cola is fine. But for the most part, I don't need your fucking fancy colas. If I want a cola, I'll get a cola. If I want special edition. Like Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream. I think that's better than regular
That's
Dr. Pepper.
awesome.
I think
Strawberries
that's
and
way
cream
better
Dr.
than regular
Pepper.
Diet Dr. Pepper. I don't even need the regular anymore. But cola, I'm a big cola fan, so I don't need like special colas. I just want straight cola.
So, shame on you, Coke, and shame on you, Nabisco, because
I
you
love Oreos.
guys don't need each other. Did
I
you
mean,
try the Oreo? Did you try the Coke Oreos?
The Coke Oreos, is that what they're? Oh, no, I didn't know that was the thing.
There's a Coke flavored Oreo. now.
Crossover. Okay.
Correct. And I've heard from several reputable sources that Coke Oreos are just as bad as the Oreo Coke.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I'm a big. I probably had in my childhood, I had more Oreos than maybe anybody in the world. Because what I'd do is I think sometimes I didn't want to go to school, so I'd throw a fit and I'd pretend I was sick and shit. I went through a phase where I just was like, I don't want to go to school. And then my dad would be like, I'll buy you Oreos if you go to school tomorrow. And I'm like, okay. So then I'd get a whole fucking pack of Oreos to myself, and I'd eat pretty much all of them. And so I'm pretty much an Oreo expert. So I'm gonna definitely have to get these fucking Oreos and try it out. I'll try one.
As your friend, your ride or die. Save your $4.99 and don't do it.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Don't do it. I'm just saying. I've got it under reputable sources that the Oreos are just as bad as the soda.
Wow. Okay.
If you didn't like the soda, you're not going to like the Oreos, brother.
Regular double stuff,
Yeah. This is like, usually, like, I'm all for collaborations, but this is a collaboration that was, like, not necessary. Coke and Nabisco, you guys don't need each other.
Apparently they do.
Powerhouses.
But they thought there was money on the table.
Yeah. There's probably a little more to it than what leads. I was not a big fan of the soda. I almost spit it out yesterday at the meeting. I could only imagine how well that would have went.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't have gone well. Okay. Any other topics you want to cover? I could start ranting about wrestling, indie wrestling. That was the only thing I could come up with. You're like shape shifting too. I wonder if that's picking up on the recording. You're like a shapeshifter. Once in a while, there'll be a flash, and you'll be like, psh.
That's because I can't sit still.
No, it's not. It's like maybe you know what I'm thinking. You found the DeLorean in the future, and now it's like you're time traveling and shit right now.
I'm an X-Men.
Or it's just my computer because I had yeah, you might be doing a night crawler and fucking teleporting. It might be because my computer, I started editing the podcast already.
Whoa.
I think I just like found something. It's like on my editor, it's like recording. I could record you right now live. Let me try it. Let's see if
You want me to whip my dick out?
No, I wouldn't do that.
I mean, I'll do it.
Nah, you don't need to do it. Okay, I think it's just I'm gonna X out of iMovie, which is the editing, because it's I think it's the thing that's fucking up our thing. Well, anyway, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't spaz out now. Anything else you want to cover specifically, or should we just end this now?
No, you gotta go. You gotta shoot.
I gotta rant now.
I want to hear about the indie wrestling scene and why you think it's.
Yeah, I was pretty riled up. What day was this? It was like Friday Right. I was getting riled up Friday or something. Well, anyway, so I wrote down topics. So I was gonna go through indie wrestling, and because to promote my match on Sunday at the Silverton Casino, Las Vegas, Nevada. I'll put up a graphic for that right here. We're at 15 minutes on the new one. You'll see my graphic for my match this Sunday. I'm in a tag match it's a 4-on-4 tag match.
Not with your normal tag team partner, the Songbird?
No, it's some different partners. It's the Cutthroat Cody and Tyler Bateman and Alice Blair. We're facing Remy Marcel, Clutch, and Sugar Brown, and Maserati. So first of all, like, this match, I don't know if it makes any sense because these people have been feuding for a while, and then I joined the group, and somehow they were feuding last big show at the Silverton. They had like tables and all this shit. There's just like weapons and bullshit. And now this match just sounds like a regular straight match. So I feel like we're booking backwards here. We're going, oh, this feud's so crazy. We did all this crazy shit, and now we're going to do a regular straight match, which, like, it should escalate. There should be a cage. There should be, something. What do you think?
4 words. Hell in the Cell.
Yeah, exactly. There should be, if this feud's going to, like, end here or whatever, we beat the shit out of one of their guys. We put him on the injured list. I don't know. It just, whatever. We'll see. Maybe I don't know everything. Maybe I haven't heard all the plans. So here's my Apostle segment, Apostle shooting on, here's the basics of independent wrestling. Maybe, should we give it a second. We could put up a Chiron or something.
That was me shooting.
Yeah. Bang, bang.
Bang, bang.
Do you think this should be, so I feel like I could talk about this for like 2 hours. So should I just do segments? Should I do a segment right now and then we'll continue it next week so we have something to look forward to? Because every week you're going to have a football thing to talk shit about. And like, I don't really care about talking about wrestling that much. Like weekly WWE or whatever, we can go over that in like 5 minutes. But with this, then I have a weekly segment.
This is like near and dear to your heart.
Yeah. It's like I've lived through this and I'm like, what the I just don't, like, it's the stupidest fucking thing. So here's the first part of this. Wrestling is the stupidest fucking thing in the world. It's so dumb. Like, when you really think about it and break it down and then you get involved with it, it's like, what are we doing? And people take it. So when there's money on the line, it's one thing. I mean, if it's your dream, right? It starts out as like your boyhood dream, the Songbird's boyhood dream to be in the Super Bowl or WrestleMania, type of thing.
I did get to WrestleMania, but
Yeah.
I never got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So where's my real dream?
Yeah, but I mean, that's where it all starts, right? You're like, you start watching the shit, and you're like, I want to try that, and then to get into wrestling, unless you're a Brock Lesnar or a fucking like Lawrence Taylor, you're not gonna just get to waltz in and main event a WrestleMania, So you got to do indie wrestling, and indie wrestling specifically is what I'm talking about. It's the stupidest fucking thing in the world because there's no money in it unless you're like, you were on TV before, or you somehow like trick enough people into paying you enough. Like, you're not going to make a living unless you're on TV. So for first segment, how do you get into indie wrestling? Any idea?
How do you get into indie wrestling, my friend? I know the answer, but I want to hear it from you.
So there's a bunch of ways to get into this. You can just so you can find an indie promotion in your area. They're everywhere because the second way you can get in is why they're everywhere. Is you just save your money and buy a fucking ring, and then you got an indie promotion. You can start your own promotion. There's 3 fucking promotions that I know of in town in Vegas. There's probably more. There were 2 or 3 on the Central Coast at one time because it's that easy. You just got to save up, go on highspots.com or find some old fucker that doesn't want his ring anymore and just buy a ring. And then all you got to do is hit up wrestlers on Facebook or some shit and start your own promotion. So it's that fucking easy. You pretty much just got to have like $3,000 to start your own indie promotion. If you have $3,000 in your savings account, you could start your own promotion right now. You just got to buy the ring, call random wrestlers, pay them enough that they'll come to your show and wrestle, and then you got a promotion. So that's how easy it is.
So when you say that, how much do you have to pay those guys to make it worth their while?
It's whatever they will take. So as low as they will take. So the promoters, so I got all these bullet points. So I put training first, but promoters is probably where it all starts. And then we can go into like getting, because like, where are you going to wrestle once you got to train? There used to be more schools where I went to Lance Storm's school. He didn't have a promotion. He just had a wrestling training school. He'd train you. And then once you're done, he doesn't promote anything. You learn how to wrestle. You go wrestle somewhere else. For the most part, you got to find a promoter that's doing these little shows around, and then you gotta train at his place, because all these promoters have a training school in quotations, and whether it's somebody that's ever made any money in the wrestling business or somebody that's ever even wrestled more than 10 matches, who knows? The trainers could be anybody. It could be the promoter himself that saved up the $3,000 training you based on what he saw in a video. You know, it's just, it's the most carny, low rent, circusy business in the world, and it makes no money. Yes, Songbird.
Would you feel that way if you owned the ring? And what would you do differently if you were the promoter?
See, that's the thing. There's a very specific type of person that becomes a promoter, or either that, or you just naturally become this person once you're promoting. It's you may get in with good intentions, but the idea is that you got to make some money to keep these shows going. So say you were a wrestler, Chris, and you lived in Lompoc, and I was promoting a show in Lompoc. Generally, if I'm a promoter and you want to work on the show bad enough, I'm just going to pay you just enough to come to the show. So you're in Lompoc, you don't need transportation fees, right? Because you're in Lompoc. The show's down the street from where you live. It's at the in the village or something, you know? It's like, oh, you don't have to drive far? What's your rate to come down a few blocks to the village, you know, to wrestle? You take $20, you take 50, you know, like we'll bargain there. But it's very low, it's low pay. It's not it's mostly based on how far you're gonna travel, unless you have a name. And then if you have a name and you have a name, I think you can get more money out of the promoter, then you'll give a higher rate. And if that promoter's thinks he can make money with you promoting you, then he'll pay that rate. But in general, it's just nobody's making any money. So the promoter's trying to pay you as little as possible just to get you to the show.
So how much would you say the promoter's clearing? If they're paying everybody $20,
I mean, you can go into these shows even when you can count everybody in the room, and for the most part, like, they can't be making that much money. And even if, like, it's a great night and there's 1,000 people there, say everybody's paying $20, so that's $20,000 theoretically, right?
in theory, yes.
But to rent the building or whatever, I don't know how much that costs. I haven't gotten into that. I'm sure it's more than you think. And then you got to pay all the wrestlers. That's probably a couple grand right there. If you drew 1,000, you probably have somebody on the card, and you have to. There's certain people that charge $500 or something, so you're paying a few $1,000s to get wrestlers on the card. And then, there's other costs, like getting the ring there and all that shit. And even if you're on a good run and you're making some money here and there, they all have these schools, and they have all the money they make on these shows is going back into paying the rent for these schools. And the schools, people are paying money to train at these schools, but it's like they can't. I don't know. I don't think I've ever met one of these people that's super rich. They're all kind of like doing okay, or like don't seem like they're poor. They have like a Toyota Camry, or like like nothing, like a 2012 Toyota Camry, like nothing too fancy, nothing too. I mean, they don't have a Lexus like possibly an Albertsons store manager would have, or a house in the country club. They're more like living with their mom in Santa Maria or something, like, and somehow scraping by, and like have a new car every few months because the last car breaks down, and just weird shit. Like, they got to have another job. It's never, I don't know. It's always the same type of guy where they're like, if you're like, hey, I need more money, or like, they come out and like act like they did you a favor for giving you $20, or like letting you be on their show, like getting all this exposure on these in front of like 20 people or something. It's just, I don't know. Promoters, indie promoters, they are all kind of the same person. The only one I've met that promotes shows, he is a wrestler who's Jekyll's. I got a show with him in October, and he's a wrestler that's kind of promoting shows, but he's not a promoter really, as far as like he knows how it is being a wrestler and dealing with the promoters. So I don't know. That's fucking promoter.
So what could you do differently to change the life of an independent wrestler, if anything?
I don't know. It's there's not really much you can do. You just gotta, I don't know, if you're really good, just be good. Be good and get away from this indie fucking bullshit promoters, because they all fucking suck. They're all the same person. They all look a little different, but they're all like literally they promise things they can't deliver. They have a day job, so they can't really spend as much time as they should thinking about how they're gonna run this fucking show. And some are worse than others, where they don't give you anything and they run off or whatever. But it's all like yeah, we're gonna do a great show, and then didn't work out. I don't know.
Meanwhile, that fucker's taking 35 grand, and you're fucking have 35 cents.
Yeah, but like there's never like a rich guy that's like doing this shit. Like Billy Corgan's like the closest thing. He's doing it out of the love for wrestling, and fucking still touring with Smashing Pumpkins or whatever. That's how he makes his money. He doesn't make any money off NWA or whatever the fuck it is. It's I don't know. And it's like,
Just sounds like the business needs to be changed, and maybe we could be the one to change it. We could be on the forefront of change.
I mean, it's just, I'm sure we could do better than a lot of them, but it's also that you're setting yourself up for failure. It's like, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna sell fucking oranges on the side of the road. There's a limit to how much money you're gonna make selling oranges, no matter how much marketing and like, you know, you're only gonna get so much. If you're getting free oranges, then you're making a profit no matter what you sell. But I don't know.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. I'm getting pretty tired, Songbird. What about you?
I think I would like to circle back to this topic, because I think we have a lot to discuss, and neither one of us are in our right mental frame to do it.
Yeah, we got to get drunker or something and be awake. We got to get some NOS and a Moscow Mules, and then double fist. Get ready for the future.
But this is a very, very fascinating topic, because like you live this.
Yeah.
And you're like one of my best friends in the whole world.
Yeah.
What could we do so you're not Mickey Rourke having to work at the service deli and putting your hand in the slicer?
Well, I don't think I'll ever get there, but I'll never be Randy.
But you know what I mean? Everybody has a story like that, right?
Yeah.
Everybody that had their break.
Yeah, you never know, but you kind of know.
You kind of know.
Yeah, so, you never know, but you always know.
If we were able to do a GoFundMe and we could round up $3,000, what would you do if you had the ring? What would be the first thing you could do?
Like there's something you could do different, but it's like there are things that you could do different, but it doesn't necessarily work, which is why it never works at this level. You just have to have like enough. The one thing I would do better than anybody else is I worked on all these fucking TV productions, and like if you want to treat your show like a legit production and have people want to come back and like not just and like fight for it and whatever, like treat it like this is something that's been said before. These fucking promoters, for the most part, you'll go to these shows and there's no water. Oh, bring your own water? Is that on the sheet? Or it's very it's difficult to find the water. There's no available water. It's like 100 degrees out in Vegas, and you go to a show and it's like, oh yeah, there's like one case of water. Like, just buy, there should be, if you're running a show, you should be able to afford water at the least, and a bathroom. There should be a bathroom at the venue, a readily available bathroom. Fucking just like the most basic shit. Like they're really, I would do catering. I would go buy some fucking pizzas or something, They're $5 pizzas at Little Caesars or whatever the fuck they are now. It's like the simplest thing you could do in the world, and nobody has to eat them, but you can do it just to show that. Like this stuff Jekyll's does as a wrestler. He's like, the bare minimum you can do is like give people some fucking food, and he brings some shit. So it's just like the stupidest shit. Like you go there and it's like, what do we? This is just how it used to be. It could be better in every way. You give people a fucking
So you're saying it's amazing what people would do for you if you gave them a lunch, or if you fed them.
I think it's, you just treat it like a real production. If you're trying to run a production, treat it like a real production. Don't fucking, I can't afford $10 for a case of water, for 2 cases of water. Everybody get 2 waters at the show, or fucking buy some snacks. You could spend $100 and get some like decent snacks for people and drinks, but these fuckers are just like, it's not even a big deal. And this is stuff you can get like a week, 2 weeks, months before the show and just have it there, have it ready for when you go to the show, but it just doesn't happen. It's very.
So to me, it sounds like there's a lot of little things that go wrong, and it's a lot of little things that could be avoided before it comes like.
Yeah, that's like the tip of the iceberg. There's just like, I mean, there's like maintenance of the ring and shit like that, and people not fixing boards, which are like, oh, boards are really expensive. Well, like, then don't fucking run a show. Like, you can't afford to put boards in the shit people take bumps on. You can't afford to like replace boards when they're broken. You just put tape over them or some shit. It's like, just fucking, then don't run a show. You can't afford to run a show, then quit the fucking business. It's insane.
So I think we need to reconvene on this topic.
No, that's why I was like, this is not going to be a one night thing because we don't got enough time. But yeah, we'll talk about we'll do a weekly segment shooting on the indies or whatever the fuck we want to call it.
I like that.
And then
I like that segment a lot.
I mean, it's like, it's nothing that hasn't been said before, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but you're living it now.
Yeah, I guess, kinda. Once in a while, like once a month.
Unfortunately, folks, I think we're gonna wrap up here in the next several seconds, and we're not gonna have any singing.
No,
we're not gonna have sore tonsils.
It's okay. We got the remix at the end for everybody. Everybody's big fans of that.
But just everybody know we love you guys. We want to thank you guys. We don't say that enough. If you have any topics that you'd like us to hit, feel free to comment down below.
Yeah, come meet the Apostle Sunday at the Silverton. You can. I'm not going out for the meet and greets.
What time is that at?
I'll put up the graphic. I think it's like 5 or something. I don't know.
The Silverton guys, go see my personal favorite indie wrestler.
Fuck yeah.
Apostle Judah Matthew.
I'll do a meet and greet by my car. I'll sell you a shirt out of my trunk of my car. Do that.
Hey, and so everybody that hears that, these shirts are primo. Deluxe. I'm talking Catalina. White minks are good.
Yeah, look at this shit. There it is.
That's the new tank top right there.
Tank top. I can make you a personalized tank top. I got a silver Sharpie. I'll sign it. Got it all. I've thought of everything.
My favorite indie wrestler right there.
Right. I might get a spray tan on. No, I'm not gonna get one. I'd have to get it tomorrow.
Come on, News. We're talking about the Silverton.
The Silverton? If you were talking about the Silver Dome, brother, maybe, but I don't know about the Silverton.
The Silver Dome, brother, we'd both do it together.
I think I'll just sit out in the sun all day on Saturday, try and get a
maybe drink 11 strawberry daiquiris and fall asleep.
Ooh, that could work.
All right, guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up. We're going to reconvene because this topic has a lot of layers to it. And we're not done with this topic.
It's gotta be like a 10 parts. It's going to be bigger than the Last Dance, 10 parts or so. Jordan.
All right. I'm not even going to yeet because, I'm not in a yeeting mood.
I passed out. Don't yeet too hard, you pass out. No. Don't do it.
All right, guys.
Yeah, well, I'll edit this tomorrow and then put it out like Friday, maybe. We'll see if that works.
Okay.
Or Thursday night, hopefully.
Love you guys.
I have to work out, and then tomorrow night I'll put it out. Premiere.
All right.
All right.
Also, always a pleasure for me. Thank you for giving me the platform, and as always, thanks for listening to me. Sometimes that don't make any sense, but if you don't learn nothing about football, you have to be aggressive on defense. And that's all I have to say.
Yep.
Fortunately, we're not going to sing.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
I wish I could say, hit my music, but
Not this time.
we only have tears. We have tears in my beers.
Tune in next week. Maybe you get some songs.
All right, brother. I'll
All
be in
right.
touch. Love
All
you.
right.
Take care.
All right, bye.
I had to do a remake. Hey, and the Songbird doesn't always sing either.
They just
Fly, eagles, fly, fly, fly. On the road to victory. Fly, eagles, fly. Score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em low, hit 'em high. And watch our eagles fly. Fly, eagles, fly. On the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. I had to do a remake. Do a new version. Now my vocals, I didn't even warm up my vocals for that one. Now my tonsils might be sore. You might have sore tonsils. Comment down below if when you sing you get sore tonsils. Hashtag sore tonsils. All right. Hashtag sore tonsils. Get your official merch. Hey, I wore my merch to the draft, and it was giving freaking people was wondering if I was like some religious freak because I had my cross on too. I thought it was like,
Oh no.
yeah, it was great.